Imagine standing on the edge of a month, watching the sun set on everything you thought you knew. The air feels heavier, the days move slower, and something inside you whispers, change is near. The calendar says September 25th, but your soul knows it's more than a date. These are the final 5 days of September, the most mysterious, the most charged, the most transformative days of the entire season. And if you've been wondering why you feel so tired, why your mind is foggy, why your emotions feel like they've been muted, flat, and strangely heavy, you're not imagining it. You are sensing the shift. Look closer. Notice how your body has been begging you to slow down. Notice how your heart has been quietly aching for answers. Notice how the world around you feels unsettled, as if something hidden is stirring beneath the surface. This is not weakness. This is not failure. This is alignment. The last 5 days of September are not ordinary. They are a corridor, a passageway between who you were and who you are about to become. And right now, as you step into this corridor, the fog you feel is not the end. It is the veil before your awakening. Think of it, the universe itself holding its breath, pausing time for just a moment so that you can reset. The sky above you, the earth beneath you, the unseen energies around you, all are conspiring to slow you down, to silence the noise, to prepare you for what comes next. That's why your energy feels drained. That's why your thoughts feel blurred. You're not broken. You're being transformed. Because when these final 5 days pass, when September gives way to October, you will feel it. A surge, a clearing, a new sense of direction flooding into your life, like light spilling through a doorway that had been locked for too long. But here's the truth no one tells you. Not everyone will walk through this shift awake. Many will sleep through it. Many will numb themselves. Many will miss the chance to release what was never meant to be carried into the next season. But not you. You are here. You are listening. You are one of the few who can sense it, the few who are chosen to notice. These 5 days are a test. Will you cling to the weight of your past, dragging it into your future? Or will you release it and step lighter into the unknown? Will you collapse under the fog, assuming it means you've lost your spark? Or will you trust that the fog is simply the silence before your clarity roars back louder than ever? Will you waste these days, scrolling, drifting, waiting for time to pass? Or will you treat them as sacred, as the universe inviting you into your next chapter? The tiredness you feel is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new one. The fog in your mind is not a curse. It is a cocoon. The flatness in your emotions is not emptiness. It is the clearing of space, so joy can find you again. These last 5 days are asking you to rest, to reflect, to release. Because what awaits you in October will demand a lighter, freer, stronger version of you. So let this moment sink in. You are standing at the doorway. Behind you, the weight, the fatigue, the confusion. Ahead of you, clarity, momentum, renewal. The last 5 days of September will decide how you enter the next season of your life. The only question is, will you be awake enough to notice the shift? Because when this corridor closes, when September fades, when October rises, everything you've been waiting for will finally begin. And in that moment, you'll look back on these drained, foggy days and realize they weren't the end. They were the turning point. Today is September 25th. If you've been feeling unusually drained, foggy in your thoughts, or emotionally flat, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, And hear this. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not losing yourself. What you're experiencing has a deeper meaning, and it connects to something far bigger than just you. Right now, we are stepping into the last 5 days of September. And these 5 days carry an energy, a shift, a kind of invisible turning of the wheel that affects every chosen one. And if you're listening to this, it probably means you're one of them. Think back on the last couple of weeks. Have you felt heavier, like the air itself was thicker around you? Have you noticed your body wanting more sleep, your mind craving silence, or your emotions dipping lower than usual? This isn't coincidence. This is the preparation phase. The universe has been pressing pause on your energy so that in these last 5 days, it can push reset. What's coming now is not just a cycle ending, it's a clearing, a pruning away of everything that can't move with you into October. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for daily cosmic insights, astrology updates, and spiritual guidance, because the universe always has a message for you. I know it feels uncomfortable. Maybe you've been waking up tired even after a full night's sleep. Maybe your motivation has slipped, your clarity has gone missing, and you've questioned why nothing feels exciting. That's not because you're failing, it's because your energy field is recalibrating. It's like the quiet before a storm, or the silence right before dawn. You're being slowed down, held still, so that when the shift completes, you can move forward with purpose and with power. Energetically, the last 5 days of September act like a corridor. Imagine standing at one end of a hallway filled with doors. Some doors are closing, behind you. Some are creaking open, ahead of you. And right now, you're in the middle. That middle place feels strange because it's neither here nor there. You're leaving behind old versions of yourself, but you haven't fully stepped into the new one yet. And here's the key. If you feel foggy, it's because the universe doesn't want you rushing through this hallway. It wants you to walk slowly, notice the doors, and consciously decide what you're bringing into the next season of your life. Let me ask you, what's been weighing on your heart lately? Is there a relationship, a responsibility, or a belief you've been holding on to, even though deep down you know it no longer fits? That heaviness is part of why your energy feels drained. The last 5 days of September are designed to highlight exactly those things, so you can't ignore them anymore. This isn't punishment, it's alignment. The universe is saying, clear the old so the new can finally arrive. Here's how you move through it. Rest without guilt. If your body wants extra sleep, give it. Your energy system is literally rewiring. Ground yourself. Step outside, walk barefoot if you can, or just feel the earth under your feet. This anchors the new energy. Reflect. Write down what you're done carrying. Stress, resentment, self-doubt, fear. The act of naming it helps release it. Stay open. You don't need to figure everything out. Just let yourself be available for what's coming. The last 5 days of a month often feel like closure, but these final September days are different. Why? Because September itself has been a month of transition. Globally, emotionally, spiritually, people have been moving through layers of change. And now, in this final stretch, you're standing at the very edge of the shift. Think of it like the tide pulling back before a massive wave. The water disappears, the sand feels strangely empty, and you wonder what's happening. But the truth is, that retreat is the sign that something powerful is building. And when the wave finally arrives, it carries force, momentum, and cleansing power. That's where you are right now. So if you're tired, don't panic. If you're foggy, don't judge yourself. If you're emotionally flat, Don't assume you've lost your spark. You're not broken. You're not stuck. You are in the reset chamber. The fog is not failure, it's transition. Remember, clarity always comes after fog. Energy always surges after rest. Breakthrough always follows the breakdown. You're not the only one feeling this. Millions of people across the planet are moving through the same invisible current right now. And yet, there's something unique about you. Because if you're watching this, if you're hearing these words, it means you're sensitive enough, aware enough, awake enough to notice. That makes you part of the chosen ones. Chosen not because you're better, but because you're more tuned in. You feel what others ignore. You notice what others dismiss. And that awareness is both a gift and a responsibility. Now here's the exciting part. Once this 5-day corridor closes, once September 30th arrives, you step out of the hallway and into a new room. A room lit with fresh energy, clarity, and momentum. October will not carry the same heaviness. It will carry direction. It will carry openings. It will carry answers. But you can only reach that room if you walk these last 5 days with intention. Release what doesn't belong. Rest when you need to. And above all, trust that this fog is temporary. So let me leave you with this thought. These last 5 days are like the exhale before a deep, life-changing inhale. The world is holding its breath with you. And the moment you reach the end of September, you'll feel the shift, like stepping from a dim corridor into sunlight. You've made it this far. You've carried the weight. And now, the universe is preparing to lift it from your shoulders. But here's the secret most people miss. What you do in these last 5 days matters. Every choice, every thought, every act of release becomes the seed of what October will bring. So, don't drift. Don't numb out. Be awake to it. Because by the time the calendar turns, the energy will lock in, and your new path will begin. The question is, what will you carry with you? And what will you finally set down? Because when September ends, the doors will close behind you, and the next chapter will demand the version of you that's ready to rise. So rest. Reflect, release, and remember, you are not lost, you are becoming. These last 5 days are not an ending, they are the opening act of your rebirth. And when the shift comes, you'll understand exactly why you felt so drained. Because that fog wasn't the end of your light, it was the veil before your awakening. And here we are, together at the edge of September. Together at the close of this passage, these final 5 days that have carried so much weight, so much silence, so much unseen transformation. If you've made it this far, if you're still listening, I want to pause and speak directly to you. Not just as a narrator, not just as a voice on a screen, but as a fellow traveler. Because the truth is, this isn't just a video, it's a mirror. Everything you've been feeling, the tiredness, the fog, the heaviness in your chest, it's not random. It's your soul showing you that you are alive, inside of a greater rhythm. I know what it's like to wake up and feel like your spark has dimmed, to look around and wonder why your energy has vanished, why the things that used to excite you suddenly feel dull. It can be scary. It can be frustrating. It can make you question yourself. But listen, what you've been feeling doesn't mean you've lost your way. It means you're right on track. Because the path of growth, the path of awakening, is not always about fire and excitement. Sometimes it's about stillness. Sometimes it's about emptiness. Sometimes it's about the quiet in-between spaces where nothing seems to move, but everything is actually shifting beneath the surface. Think of a seed buried in the ground. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But inside the soil, inside the dark, that seed is splitting open, breaking apart, and preparing to grow. That breaking can look like loss. It can feel like destruction. But it's actually the first step of becoming. You are that seed right now. The fog you feel is the soil. The heaviness you carry is the shell breaking, and the tiredness you've been living through is the natural slowing down that allows your roots to dig deeper before you rise higher. So please, be gentle with yourself. Stop calling yourself lazy. Stop thinking you've lost your drive. Stop assuming you're falling behind. You're not behind. You're in process. If your body craves rest, give it. If your emotions feel flat, allow it. If your mind can't find clarity, don't force it. These last days of September are not asking you to perform. They're asking you to trust. And trust is hard, I know, especially when you don't see the outcome yet, especially when all you feel is fog. But here's what I want you to remember. The fog always lifts. The sun always returns. Energy always comes back. It's not a question of if, it's only a question of when. And the when for you is near. October carries a new rhythm, a lighter current, a doorway opening. What you're walking through now is the preparation for that. So take these final days as a gift. Slow down, listen inward, ask yourself, what do I no longer want to carry into the next month? Maybe it's fear, maybe it's self-doubt, maybe it's an old story you've been telling yourself. Whatever it is, let September hold it for you, and then let it go when the month closes, because you don't need to carry all of that into October. You don't need the heaviness anymore. There's something waiting for you, something brighter, clearer, and freer. You might not see it yet, but it's real. October will show you. The clarity you've been craving will return. The energy you thought you lost will surge back. The joy you've been missing will find you again. And when it does, you'll realize these days of fog were never a mistake. They were the cleansing. They were the preparation. They were the universe clearing space inside you so that something better could fit. So now, I want to leave you with one simple reminder. You are not alone in this. Every chosen one feels this. Every awake soul senses this. And right now, you and I are connected through this shared experience. Both of us standing at the same threshold, both of us looking at the same doorway, both of us waiting for the same shift. That connection matters. It means you are part of something greater than yourself. And when the fog feels lonely, remember, you are not walking through it alone. So here's the question I'll leave with you tonight. What will you carry with you into October? And what will you finally set down? Because these final days are more than just dates on a calendar. They are choices. They are invitations. They are the shaping of your next chapter. And soon, very soon, the fog will lift. The light will return. The doorway will open. And when it does, I promise you, you will look back and understand. These last 5 days were never meant to break you. They were meant to build you. So rest, reflect, release. And when October rises, rise with it. Your story is not ending. It's only just beginning. You are not lost. You are becoming